Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of what I'm prepping today. So I have a freeze dryer and I can freeze dry a lot of my own foods, so I don't usually buy a lot of prepared foods. However, butter is definitely something that I cannot freeze dry. So I looked up this Augason Farms Butter Powder. If you watched my last video, you kind of know how I found it and did my research. So I got one can on Amazon and one can on Walmart.com sent to the house for free. They were $17.89 a can. I will get to the pricing information in a second, but just to further compare prices, I looked at Legacy Food Storage, and they don't have just butter powder. I looked down, they had powdered milk, and this is their dairy section. Powdered milk, egg powder, cheese powder. So over here at, over here at, well, no, nothing wants to get out of my way. At beprepared.com, which is emergency essentials, they have a large can that is 2 pounds, 907 grams, for $25. So it's already more than the $17.89 I paid. However, mine has over 200 servings of 200 tablespoons, and this one only will make 150 tablespoons based on the label. 74 servings per container. One serving is 2 tablespoons, so you're going to get 150, right under 150 tablespoons. So it doesn't just cost more per can, it's exponentially costing more because it also makes less. So then I also checked the Ready Store, and they did not have just butter. So that's another reason to just go ahead and stick with the Augason Farms. If y'all find butter anywhere else, let me know, especially if it's a better price. So we're going to open it, and the first thing is we're going to see if it has that psh of air like Folgers coffee does. Hold on. Nope. Oh yeah, did you hear the air come out? Okay, I'll pause this because that's rather boring. Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Whoops. Okay, so that's what our butter powder looks like. Now, did you taste it? What's it taste like? So. Tastes like Philadelphia cream cheese. That's what it tastes like to me. So what we're going to do is on the back of the container, it says to use in place of butter, 1/2 cup of butter powder plus a tablespoon and a half of water is an equivalent to 1/2 cup, 1 stick of store-bought butter. Then you can also make a spreadable butter by mixing 1 cup of butter powder with 6 tablespoons of water, which basically, if you use the 1/2 cup above, you would be able to add 3 tablespoons of water. So they're basically saying to use it in a recipe, you use half of what you would make, water, half the water that you would use if you wanted just a spreadable butter. So what I did here is figured it out because I really don't think we want to make that much. And so here it is for 1/2 cup, 8 tablespoons of powder. If you want it for a recipe, that's this column. If you want it for a spread, that's this column. So what we're going to do is we're going to take, come over here and help me. We're going to take the little tiny jars, and we're going to put 1 tablespoon of butter powder into each of these jars. if you want me to, wait a minute. No, you have to, no. You don't pack like that. Hold on. Okay, I gave him a lesson. No, that's not what I said to do, but okay. Alrighty then. So that one goes in there. Calm down. Why are you going so fast? Are you in a hurry?
No.
Okay, so now that we have 1 tablespoon of butter powder in each of those, so we're going to come down to our 1 tablespoon. We're going to put a 1/2 teaspoon of water in one and 1 1/8 teaspoon of water in the other. So what we're going to do next is in this one, we're going to put only a 1/2 teaspoon of water, and we're going to measure it over the little toppy thing so that it doesn't spill over into there. Okay, perfect. And then in this one, we're going to use a 1 1/8 teaspoon. Nice. And the dogs are going crazy. They think we're making their food. So then we're going to take the spoons and we're going to stir them. You don't have 2 hands? Yeah, it looks kind of dry. Let us stir this and get back to you. Okay, so we stirred those up pretty good. And since we like each other, we're okay with sharing the same spoon. So this is the one that is supposedly not spreadable, but it actually looks pretty spreadable. What do you think that tastes like? It's not like the butter that we get. I'm saying cream cheese. I'm feeling what?
What's that squirty cheese?
Squirty cheese?
What's it?
I got the sound effect, but
You know.
no, I don't.
The cheese that's in a bottle that you squeeze. That's what it tastes like. I think. Take a bigger
We don't
taste.
use bottled cheese. We do?
Take it. No, but I've tasted that. I've used it before in the past.
Well, technically, I've used it before means the past. You don't have to
Well.
say in the past. So now we're going to try that. I think that's fine. And actually, to me, that looks quite spreadable unless it's cold, unless you would put it in the refrigerator. This one looks spreadable, but also a little drippy. Yeah. So that's probably, I mean, maybe someplace between the two would be better. But technically, so if you just use a tablespoon of the butter powder, you can use anywhere from a 1/2 to, I'd say, a tablespoon. It's not really going to be a big deal. Try this one.
You know the cheese from the cracker pack.
Cracker pack.
There's a cracker and cheese pack.
Oh, he's saying it tastes like the cheese that comes with the crackers.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, while this doesn't really
bad.
seem buttery to me,
It's not bad.
in a pinch it's fine. And another thing is if you happen to be keto and you want so-called bulletproof coffee, or you want to, replace your breakfast or a meal with a cup of coffee and you need added fat, this would be good for that, to add that, because it has 3.5 grams of fat, 2 of which are saturated, and 1 gram of carb, which is a sugar. However, I'm going to say that's pretty low carb unless you ate a whole bunch of it. So now, here is my price comparison to what. Yeah, that's not that bad at all. I'm still feeling cream cheese.
Cheese.
You think it has a cheesy aftertaste? Is it a bad aftertaste? No. Okay, so we ordered one of these, and Mr. Prepper has requested that I order 6 more just to put it in our storage, and I will tell you some reasons why. First of all, we weren't sure how it tasted. He requested that. Prior to me tasting it, do you still want me to order 6?
It's there.
It's there. He likes to have things if we need them. And the shelf life of these is supposedly up to 10 years. and I'm okay with that. But what I figured out is at 204 servings per container, that's 204 tablespoons. So here's the math. 204 tablespoons is what you get out of that. 4 sticks of butter is 1 pound, but also 2 cups and also 32 tablespoons. So if you're getting 204 tablespoons and you divide it by the 32 tablespoons that you would get in a pound of butter, you come up with 6.375 pounds of butter. This is the equivalent of 6.375 pounds of butter. And when you buy freeze-dried food, I really wish that they would tell you even approximate equivalents. Even if they said, hey, you know, you may get 6 pounds, you may get 6.5 pounds, but yada yada, based on this, you're going to get 6.375 pounds. Now that is the equivalent of 25.5 sticks of butter. So let's do the price comparison. So right here, the price comparison, I paid $2.99 for butter yesterday at Wally World, and we usually buy the butter at Aldi, but Mr. Pennsylvania Prepper just throws stuff in the buggy and doesn't ask me if we have enough already. And even though we already had 6 pounds of butter, which I got on sale at Aldi for $1.99 a pound, I let him get it because I just don't argue anymore, especially after Precious. Remind me to tell you about Precious one time. Don't look at me like that. However,
Your minus 3 sticks of butter from cooking the other day.
yes, he cooked with 3 sticks of butter because, you know, he's a mad cook. Anyway, $2.99 a pound for butter, with this can of Augason Farms Butter Powder being the equivalent of 6.375 pounds of butter, would add up to $19.06 worth of butter purchased at the regular price at Aldi. However, if you were purchasing it at $1.99 a pound, it would only be $12.69. It goes on sale for $1.99, I think around Easter and again around Christmas and or Thanksgiving. Now, unless you're one of those mad couponers like Penelope the Squirrely Prepper, and you know what, I'm trying to link people or link cards, so I'm going to see if I can link her in here. We'll see. Who gets her butter for practically free, or 25 cents a pound, or 99 cents a pound. This is definitely a good deal. And in case you don't have freezer space left, this is a pretty amazing deal. So I will generally, I'll keep this in the cupboard. However, since it's opened, I will probably go ahead and put it into some of my smaller Mylar bags and label it. But what I'll do is I will put the equivalent of this powder and put directions on the little piece of Mylar saying mix this with X amount of water to X amount of water to get 1 pound of butter. Yeah, so that would be pretty much 1/6 of the can. But that's what I'm going to do, and we're pretty well overall pleased. I'm tasting it again like I think it's going to change. It doesn't taste like butter. However, it's going to give you the buttery consistency, and the ingredients are butter powder, which is butter, cream, water, salt, non-fat milk. That might be where I'm coming in with an issue here, because I usually drink full fat milk or cream or half and half. Tocopherols and ascorbyl palmate to preserve freshness. So there you go. That's it. One other thing is, when I was looking this up, because I thought, well, heck, somebody's freeze drying butter, but I mean, how else are they getting it to this consistency? So I looked up how is butter powder made, and it said even though there's very little moisture in butter, they remove the moisture, and then through a special process, they make it into a powder. Well, you know what? Special process is not what I was looking for. I was looking for how they do that special process. But anyway, that's it. We're done. I'll give you one last look. If you want my chart, you can figure it out yourself. What I'll do when the other one comes in is I'll go ahead and take one of those Army can openers like I do with all my number 10 cans, and I'll lift that lid, put an Army can opener above the metal lid, between the plastic lid and the metal lid, and leave that in there. I bought those in bulk. When you buy them in bulk, they're pretty inexpensive. Just try to stick with the Shelby, which is the Made in USA ones. And I'll actually maybe put a card with the instructions on there. I think I'm probably going to laminate that card because I don't like paper or plastic in my storage. But that's it. That's my review, both a taste test and a price comparison of the Augason Farms Butter Powder. I hope this helps you, and let me know what you're prepping today. One other thing is, when I looked at my channel analytics, it actually says that a lot of the people who watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel. If you're enjoying the videos that I do, could you please just do me a little favor and subscribe to the channel? Ring the bell if you want notifications, but if you don't want to be bothered, still subscribe, and then just don't ring the bell. I'd appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and be blessed.